Thousands of people move to Flagler County every year. That means the workforce expands. And so what we're seeing is not enough hiring to offset that.
Greg Blase, Chief Executive Officer, Nexus 360. Movement in the wrong direction for the unemployment rate in Flagler County.
Flagler County's July 2025 unemployment rate ballooned last month, according to the latest data released from Florida Commerce.
5% is Flagler County's highest unemployment rate since August of 2021. What we saw is that Flagler County has essentially the same number of residents working as 1 year ago back in 2024.
Blase adds Flagler County has the same number of residents working as 1 year ago. As we prepare for the conclusion of the peak summer hiring season, there's concern Flagler's unemployment rate will continue to rise.
What we're seeing is Flagler County did create jobs last month. 292 jobs were created in Flagler County, but the unemployment rate went up to 5%, and that's because hiring is not keeping up with the growth in the labor force.
And as summer winds down, Blase has some advice for businesses.
Traditionally, Flagler County is the first to feel an economic slowdown and among the last to recover, so we're advising that local businesses need to plan accordingly.
The Flagler County labor force is reported at 56,024 residents. For Flagler's Local Morning News, I'm Karen Johnson.
Good morning, Flagler County. I'm Rich Carroll. You're listening to Flagler's Morning News on Monday, August 18th.
We have planning, zoning, code enforcement, economic development. So we're kind of the guardians of how the city develops and, trying to encourage new development coming into the city.
The city of Palm Coast has a new community development director.
John Zobler joining the Friday Free-for-All, opening up on his background.
I worked for the city of Ocala for approximately 20 years, from 1998 to 2019. And, a variety of functions over there. Deputy city manager and city manager were my last roles over there, but I supervised several departments prior to that. I've had a home here in Palm Coast since 2009, and my wife and I have really enjoyed living here for a long time. So I want to be part of what's going on here in the city of Palm Coast.
Zobler explains why he wanted the job.
I was retired for just about 5 years, but there's so many exciting things happening here in Palm Coast. And when I was city manager in Ocala, I still retained responsibility for planning, development, economic development, zoning, and those things. I found those departments, out of the many departments I've worked for over my career, to be the most exciting, and things are really happening in Palm Coast, and I wanted to be part of that.
Zobler says as community development director, he wants to steward Palm Coast's growth while remaining accountable to citizens.
This is a really important role. The city's experienced exponential growth over the last 10 years. There is some anxiety among the residents about the pace of growth, and we want to be totally transparent about, who's paying for that and where are we going.
Tomorrow, the discussion continues with a focus on Palm Coast's future. I'm Daryl Moody reporting.
This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota in St. Augustine, conveniently located right off I-95 at exit 311. 2 people are behind bars after fleeing from deputies who witnessed a drug deal in Palm Coast. A Flagler County Sheriff's Office PACE unit detective saw what appeared to be a drug transaction in the parking lot of Wawa on State Road 100 near FPC High School. Deputies say 36-year-old Leroy Sampson, a repeat offender, and 27-year-old Kayla Holmes tried to drive off. Flagler County Sheriff Rick Staley.
What they didn't know was deputies had also put a stop stick under the tire. So after the tire got flattened, they abandoned the vehicle at a nearby apartment. And a known suspect, Leroy Sampson Jr., was arrested. He's known to the sheriff's office as he's been arrested multiple times in the past. The female driver also fled on foot, and using our real-time crime center and in partnership with the community, we were able to identify her and find an address for her. With assistance from the Bunnell Police Department, she was located and also arrested.
Detectives later found in the car cocaine, meth, hydrocodone, and marijuana. 36-year-old Leroy Sampson faces multiple drug and evidence tampering charges, while 27-year-old Kayla Holmes is charged with fleeing law enforcement.
It's a great job by our PACE unit and the entire team working together, including Fireflight, to get these 2 individuals who thought they could run. but found out that if you run from the sheriff's office, you still go to jail, but now you're tired and you have multiple more felony charges.
In other Flagler County crime news, the Flagler County Sheriff's Office has arrested 18-year-old Josiah Morales of Palm Coast, accused of engaging in unlawful sexual activity with a 13-year-old. Deputies say the investigation began in May when a school guidance counselor reported concerns to a school resource deputy, leading to a major case unit investigation with the Department of Children and Families. Flagler County Sheriff Rick Staley.
An adult that manipulated a child to have sex with him is now in the Green Roof Inn where he belongs. It's a great job by our major case unit investigating this case, and I commend the child for coming forward and reporting this incident to a guidance counselor at a school. If you take a child's innocence away, you can count on going to jail.
Morales is being held at the Sheriff Perry Hall Inmate Detention Facility on a $30,000 bond. And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.
And now, Mike Lee Show with your WNZF local sports update.
Today marks the official start of the regular season for fall high school sports. First up are the local bowling teams, with FPC taking on University and Matanzas battling Spruce Creek this afternoon. Matanzas boys golf meets First Baptist Christian tomorrow. FPC volleyball hosts Father Lopez Wednesday. Preseason kickoff classics took place Friday night, and Mother Nature was the big winner. Matanzas hosted Episcopal at the Ship and started quickly, with Wiley Connor wrapping up the Pirates' 8-play, 75-yard opening drive with an 11-yard touchdown run. The only blemish on the Pirates' defense was an Eagles score in the second. After a half, the game was tied at 7 before Lightning canceled the remainder of the game. FPC was in Palatka to take on the Panthers and Terry Parker in a 3-team jamboree. The Bulldogs and the Panthers took the field first, but 14 plays in, the game was halted due to lightning and called after a 90-minute delay. The teams now kick off the regular season with Friday's Potato Bowl at the Ship. Bulldog coach Patrick Turner's team is excited for the Crosstown Showdown.
I think they're definitely going to be jacked up, that it is, rivalry game, and you don't want to be that team that loses to those guys across the street and down the road.
Pirate coach Matt Forrest offers his perspective.
It's just like a district game, when you got rival games on the schedule like that, we treat Pedro in the same respect. Pedro is a team that's always been on the schedule for us. FPC has obviously always been on the schedule for us. And then you got your district games that are always going to be on the schedule.
WNZF's coverage kicks off Friday with a preview on the Sports Report. Rich Carroll and I will go live from the Ship just before 7 with the broadcast. Saturday at 11:30 a.m., the Rich and Mike Sports Show will have a special Potato Bowl post-game wrap-up. All can be heard here and on the Flagler Radio app. Football County will be covered here all year long with 10 regular season games on Fridays, plus post-game coverage on the Rich and Mike Sports Show each Saturday. This is your home for local sports, with updates Mondays and Fridays. From the WNZF Sports Desk, I'm Mike Licio.